Okay, could I have a call to order, please?
Nicole Davenport,
Here.
Amanda Perkins, here. Christine Stryjak. Let the record show Christine is not here. Cecilia Peterson, here. Stephanie Madison, here.
Stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The mission of the School City of Whiting is to strive to provide all students with the opportunity to obtain a high-quality education in a safe and orderly environment, which addresses their academic, social, and emotional growth and prepares them to be successful, productive, adaptable citizens. Excuse me. Are there any audience comments, agenda items only? Okay. Is there a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes of March 28th, 2022?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Amanda. Second by Steph. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Is there a motion to approve the special meeting minutes of April 4th, 2022?
I'll make the motion. Second.
Motion made by Steph, second by Amanda. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Is there a motion to approve the claims for the month of April 2022 in the amount of $1,201,952.91?
Make the motion. I'll second it.
Motion by Steph, second by Cecilia. Other questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. At this time, School City of Whiting non-resident lottery, grade 9th for enrollment during the 2022-2023 school year.
Okay, tonight we're gonna start with our non-resident lottery. Our student requests for enrollment at Whiting High School in 9th grade have exceeded the number of available spots. We've had 26 requests for 19 available spots. Students who do not get one of the advertised spots will be placed on a waiting list for the upcoming school year.
G48.
G48 is Fatima Torres.
G55.
G55 is Lily Donovan.
N32.
N32, Gabriel Gallegos.
N33.
N33 is Daniel Jimenez.
B9.
B9 is Dominic Lozano.
O63.
O63 is Letitia Racia. I don't know if you're here. Sorry if I mispronounced. Number 6.
O68.
O68 is Amari Covington.
I26.
I26 is Aurelie Ortiz.
I20.
I20 is Brandy Brownlee.
N41.
N41. And okay, we'll hold that one.
Those are true.
Is there on the list? Jessica, is it on the list that you had?
That's the list I gave you. I can pull another one.
Okay.
G52.
Let's see, G52 is Isaposo.
I16.
I16 is Reagan Claypack.
I24.
I24, Adrian Garcia.
N39.
N39 is Nathan Serrano.
I28.
I28 is Tamarin Ellis.
B3.
B3 is Jesus Moreno.
N35.
N35 is Lila Garcia.
N43.
N43 is Zane Horst. 17, that's 17.
I17.
I17 is Sophia Garcia. That's number 18.
I25.
I25 is Anaya Carrasco. So that is the 19 spots. What was the one number? That's
N41.
and 41. We'll check on that name.
There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left, correct?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7, okay. Okay.
26. Okay, the rest of the students, as we call them, will be waiting list.
B11.
B11, that was Fernando Campos, who's number 5.
These are 2 B11s. There should be. Sorry. There's B11 there. No, there's not another B11 in here.
Twice, because we called that first. Okay, we'll continue on with that.
N31.
Okay, N31 is Tristiana Reed. That is the first person on the waiting list.
G53.
G53 is Myla Hurley Jackson, second on waiting list.
O61.
O61, Alicia Leal, third on waiting list.
B6.
B6 is Emmanuel Campos, fourth on waiting list.
And I19.
I-19, Nika Thomas is fifth on waiting list. We still have Dominic Lozano and Stephanie Garcia.
B9. And 21.
Okay, so Dominic Lozano and Stephanie Garcia are also on the waiting list, so we'll figure out which order they are in. So the first 19 students that were drawn, and including this one that we will identify, will get enrollment at Whiting High School. I would like to welcome the families that are here. If you're here and your child's name was pulled, it's very exciting for us. I think it speaks to the school system that we have so many families seeking enrollment with us at Whiting High School, so we appreciate it and welcome.
Welcome to all the families.
Okay. Mr. Long, we're getting the science Olympiad.
Yes, we're ready for you. I think it's fine.
We're gonna move this table for them. This one here, we're gonna go right here. Yeah.
A little bit more. That's good.
I couldn't hear back there.
I'm sorry?
What happens with the students whose numbers weren't called?
They're on the waiting list, correct?
Yes, those
You're
are the
on the
ones on the
waiting
waiting list. The first 19 were the ones that are accepted, and the remaining students are on the waiting list.
Okay.
We're waiting for our science Olympiad kids to come up.
Yep, just bear with us for 1 minute. They're on the way. So at this time, we're going to be hosting members of the Whiting High School Science Olympiad team who will demonstrate some of the events from this year's competition season. And here they come.
Thank you.
Come on, come on, come on up. We're excited that you're here. It's okay, don't be shy. Come on up.
They suddenly got shy.
So our team is here. They're going to give us a peek at some of their events from this year's season. After the past 2 years of COVID and obviously the challenges that presented to schools with their extracurriculars, it has been very exciting for all of our teams to be back into in-person competition this school year. The team had a very successful season. We started off on December 4th. We had an invitational that we hosted here at Whiting High School, and the team finished 6th at that invitational. In January, the team placed 5th overall in the Northridge Invitational and 4th as a team on January 22nd at Notre Dame. On February 19th, the team took 1st place at regionals at IUN. And then at the state competition at Purdue in March, they finished 8th as a team, which we're very proud of, given the number of schools that go to Purdue to compete and the size of the other schools that sometimes they're competing against. It's a really big accomplishment for a small school and a small team like Whiting to do that well at the state. So we're very proud of them. They're going to share some of their events with us today. So who's going first?
I hate to see you. Oh. Yes, it's about time to go.
Very good. All right.
Yeah, so you should probably figure out where you're gonna shoot. Is there anyone that wants to get shot at? Only heck, yeah, heck. Shoot at heck, it's all right. So Viviana is getting ready to demonstrate the It's About Time event. This is one of the hybrid events for the kids. They design a device and they test the device. And this one actually has to measure time. And then they also have to take a test on the concepts of time and that they do. Maybe you want to tell them a little bit about your clock or your device, I guess. I know you're really chatty and love the clock in front of you, so. Here, you can whisper to me and I'll tell. Oh, you got it.
So it's just an escape mechanism. It uses the pendulum down here to basically move at about 1 second for a full oscillation. And yeah, she's a little temperamental, so she might stop.
The inspiration for this is what, basically a grandfather clock?
Pretty much.
So it's a grandfather clock in just about every way that's just built from spare parts, right?
So at competition, tell them what you would do when you would take your clock into the room. What would you have to do?
They would measure it to make sure that it met all the requirements, make sure there was no electronics on it. And then when it was time to actually test the device, they would give me a time interval and I would use this string here to calibrate it. And when the weight hit the ground, the clock would stop.
How long did it take you to put that together from the time you thought about what you wanted to do till it actually ran well? How long? I'm just curious. I'm really impressed.
The first draft took about 3 days to get together. This one we finally perfected like the night before we left for state.
Really?
The iterations and the improvements that happen throughout the year, I mean, it takes, so your first one was probably when, November?
Late
November,
Late
December. We had a competition December 4th, so 3 days, so December 1st.
It's about
And then we got that one done, and then they've been changing it, improving it until March.
Oh, okay.
So it was a constant, test it, check it out, see how it works, improve it, just that constant engineering process, the engineering method that they employ. So
Very good.
it's about time.
Thank you.
Viviana's one of our 2 seniors on the team this year, so got a big junior class this year on the team. Speaking of the juniors,
Do you want us to show this first?
Whatever. It's up to you guys.
you guys explain it.
So this event is called Trajectory. And basically the goal is to launch a projectile as close to a target point as possible. And if you get so close, you get a bonus shot, you get a bucket shot. And we're gonna use Hector as our bucket shot.
If you miss and it happens, it starts to go.
You wouldn't miss, I mean.
So our trigger is basically a funnel, as you can see, and it goes into here with the nail. And we usually have to be 70 centimeters out, so that's why there's the string, and you pull it. Yay!
Can you tell them how you, get the different distances?
Oh, the distances. There's on this side, as you guys can see, and you guys can see, there's little notches, and you twist this, and it goes like on a number, and that's how you know like where to shoot it. The farther back the funnel is, the more distance you're gonna get. Yes.
And all of the energy could only come from one.
This.
Yeah, the elastic. Right? It didn't allow any other energy except for elastic. You had to use elastic for the whole thing, right? That was the only way you could
Yeah.
do something. So basically a slingshot, right?
So I don't know what distance to do, so I need for anyone a distance between 2 and 7 and like a quarter, like 0.25 or 0.5.
So 2 meters to 7 meters on the quarter, so somebody,
Anyone.
4.25.
And I need one more.
Another one, you said?
Yes.
3.25.
getting crazy.
That we get second place at state. And now they have high votes.
Okay, those
Second place at state is definitely.
What is she doing?
So, once they get ready, I'm gonna show you, I'll walk around and show you this. You can see their calibrations, they've gone through and they've collected data, and she's going through and looking to see where she needs to set it. And you can see all the data points that they've done on here, and then they've got on the next page as well, and they've got a diagram and everything. So you can see the,
Is that measured to those matches?
yeah, it's all the calibrations, this is all the practice shots that they've done, that they've recorded the data on, so that they know and that it's consistent where they want it to be.
What are we aiming for? What distance are we going for?
4.25.
4.25.
Hands off the shirt.
Okay.
Which one are we shooting at? Close or far? Far target. So 4.25 meters.
3, 2, 1.
Not bad, not bad.
Close.
So here,
And then they would measure the distance to the center, how far away they were, and they would get a score based on that.
and if they were within half a meter, they would get a bucket shot. So they could take a second shot to get bonus points if they hit the bucket or get it in the bucket.
Nice.
Far one was a better distance at state, is that the one you did?
We had like just raised our bucket shot right over.
That was 7. This is the near one. 3, 2, 1. I was back.
Little short.
That was kind of funky.
I want to try again. We get 2 shots.
I was gonna say.
We have to ourselves.
This is how you get second at state, it's relentless.
But you need to go. Got it. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh! Very close.
If she hadn't bumped into
I think
it.
it's that.
probably-
I think it, from this angle, I think it touched it.
Yeah.
I think we got it.
That was good. Anybody want to talk about this thing?
Well, Natalie, I guess it's gonna be the one that.
Oh, I think Alex is just such a smart guy.
So the two girls, they built this bridge. I'll walk you around, let you guys hold it, and feel how light it is. This bridge holds 15 kilograms, which is about 33 pounds.
33 pounds.
Wow.
So a young toddler could stand on that and operate it.
So, and this one's actually been tested, where we at 12 grams.
I think it was about 12 grams is how much that weighs, right?
So this goes on the testing table, it spans the testing table, there's a block that goes here, and then there's a bucket that's suspended below it. They load sand into that, up to the 15 kilograms. And then they get a 5,000 grand bonus for holding it all.
Who crafted that?
So this was Julia and Julia. So Julia Olson, Julia Mirando were our two bridge kids this year. And they were so relentless at this, they actually used our 3D printers to 3D print a jig to make sure that the angles were the same on their beams here, so that they didn't have any torquing, they had no twisting, that they had the straightness there. So they 3D printed a device that they would use to construct this. Once they finally got it built, then they would test it. And estimate how many times did they break these? How many did they build, do you think, this year?
More than 10.
Dozens.
I mean, it had to have been 20 to 30 that they built throughout the season, testing and perfecting the design and everything. So that's just one of the other ones we brought over. Why don't each one of you that didn't show something, tell us about your favorite event that you did this year? And give us just your thing. Because you're in the front, so you can start.
That's right.
I did rice dough. I made a plane and it flew.
It's like a Wright brother thing.
We used a rubber band and we winded it and it made it fly around.
And how long did your plane fly for? Your best flight this year?
Wasn't it like 220?
Yeah.
220?
2 minutes, 20 seconds.
20 hours.
They did really well at all the competitions.
Yeah.
In that event, they were top of the class at most of the competitions there.
Yeah, I have a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had no name to play.
All right, Alex, you're up.
My favorite event was Gravity Vehicle. It was essentially constructing a vehicle that would be only propelled by using gravity, and you would have to make a ramp and a vehicle, and you would have to set a distance based on the distance that they give you, and whoever got closest got the least amount of points, which meant the most amount of points.
It's like golf, go score one.
Yeah, very
You wanted to get there fast and close and accurate, right to the point.
So I had 2 study events, it's like the complete opposite of the building events. And the 2 I had was astronomy and regeneration. My favorite one was the astronomy one, because that was just like the easiest that I was able to study. And yeah, that was my favorite one. Yes.
Okay, so I had this event called the Wi-Fi Lab, where basically you have they test an antenna and they check their readings and they check their like dBi, which is something that measures Wi-Fi basically, and then you have to make an antenna to get better signal than the antenna they previously tested. And yeah, first place at regionals.
And at the national competition, so we went to a national invitational virtually this year. 250
or so.
250 high school teams across the nation, many of them the best. And what did you place in Wi-Fi?
18.
18.
Wow.
My favorite event for this season was probably detective building. Basically, you had to build and code a device. You had to build and code a device in which it has to measure the resistance in water and how much salt was put in the water. And it was really hard, but it was also like really fun to do all that.
Yeah, you learned a lot about electronics.
So
that
they
you
had
didn't know
to-
before.
They had to build the device and they had to code the programming on how to get it to measure the electrical resistance, and from the electrical resistance, then they were predicting the salinity, the amount of salt in parts per million, wasn't it? Parts per million for the event.
Well, very impressive. It's clear that you all put a lot of time and effort into your specific categories and planning and prepping and revising and going back and doing it again. So very impressed. Thank you. I think you should be proud.
We have some certificates for the students, so Mr. Nichols, if you could help since
Yep,
you know
I
which
will.
students are here, instead of
I was
calling.
just gonna,
Right, hey, I don't have to call.
Because that way I don't, on the podium, that way we don't have to call everyone.
Yeah, we had, 19 on the team this year, I think, so. Quite a few that are not here for various reasons. As we all know, that at the small school, a lot of the students are involved in so many different things, so they just couldn't all be here. Sports is a lot of it. Sports is a lot of it right now.
Just kidding, I lost.
That's why everything moves in.
Oh, okay.
So you guys demonstrated you learned lots about science. Did anyone learn anything during the season that wasn't science related?
Being friends.
Cooperate so hard.
I mean, you don't have to play.
We learned how to make
vanilla.
Mr.
Nichols, vanilla.
Yeah. Wasn't quite what I had in mind.
It's so good though.
yeah, it's family building.
Yeah.
Team building
There you
time, so.
Learn communication skills and build relationships with other students and it kind of, you figure things out.
Awesome.
I remember how to do segmentation by hand.
Standard deviations by hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that now.
We learned a lot about anatomy. That was one of our events. That was so much fun.
Okay, first we have Alexander Acosta.
Middle school.
Danelli Alvarez. Esmeralda Garcia. Nice job. Sebastian Garcia. Good job. Natalia Gonzalez. Congratulations on a good season. Gennaro Peron. Viviana Ruiz. Brianna Weston. On behalf of everyone, I think I can say how proud we are of our Science Olympiad students. I think we can all also agree how dedicated these students are. They put in countless hours getting ready for these competitions and practicing time and time again and just till they get it right. Our two teachers have coached over 10 years, correct?
Oh.
Well over 10 years.
Well.
Tell me
Well.
what they are.
20, yeah.
20, well over 20 for us, and they're equally as dedicated to this team, and that really speaks also to the success of the team. Every time they come and present to us, it's exciting, the enthusiasm that they show. They put in countless hours with these students throughout the season. I think the problem-solving skills that our students learn, the collaboration, the communication, that just the outside-the-box thinking that they do with this is always so impressive to me. Mr. Nichols and Mr. Long, you serve as great role models for our students and as well for our other teaching staff. So I also want to really thank you for everything that you do. We're gonna break just for a minute because we do have cookies for the students, so cookies help yourself. And then we'll come back.
At this time. Thank you again.
They're like scurrying.
Yeah.
They know when it's time to run.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At this time, let's have the superintendent's report, please.
Okay, just have a couple additional updates. I wanted to update the board on the track project. I don't know if you saw it when you came in this morning, but as you recall, it was several weeks ago that the track surface was actually removed, but then Mother Nature kind of got in our way, and we've had such crazy weather lately that everything stopped for a while, for a couple weeks there. But fortunately, as the temperatures have gone up, they began work again today. They began laying down the actual track base, the rubberized mat. All the cracks underneath on the asphalt were sealed and everything prior to that. So they've got about half of the first layer done today, and they will be continuing on that over the next couple days, weather permitting. After the final steps and after the net cures, the last two final steps are the black structural spray and then the painting of the lines. Both of those, it does require several days in a row of 50 degrees or above. So once this cures, it may have to wait a week or so. We'll just look at the weather, and that's up to the project manager, and then we'll be completed with the track. Okay, that has been going good. Update on the weight room. Hassie Construction began the work on the School City of Whiting weight room last month, and things are moving along. Of course, post-COVID, we're still having issues with supply and demand and getting things shipped, and everything is taking a little bit longer. Right now, the updates to the doors have been done. The HVAC is repaired and is done. That's completed. The ceiling has been repaired and patched. Pipe installation has all been completed, and part of the electrical work is done, and the painting is completed. The painting looks great. So we're waiting right now on the water fountain delivery and then the window installation. And then once that is complete, Pro Industries will be in to take out the rest of the old equipment and disassemble, put down the new flooring, and then all the new equipment will come in. Our hope is completion of the project by the end of June, last week of June. So that's our set date right now. Okay. I wanted to discuss House Enrolled Act 1093, the virtual student instructional days. We were waiting on guidance from the IDOE. We did get that. A memo was sent out to the superintendents today. This is the new law that actually puts a definition to what a virtual student instructional day is. And they are defining that as one that consists of at least 50% teacher-directed synchronous instruction. And that means it's live, and that means it's in real time. So if you think back to when we first, second year or after the initial closure, but when we started up the school year for 2021, that's what we were doing, is synchronous instruction for that first quarter. So that is what they're describing in the definition. So to satisfy our 180-day state requirement, schools can either have 180 day of in-person instructional days on their calendar, or they can have a combination of in-personal and the virtual instruction days, as long as those days fit that definition. So any days that we would schedule, say for our parent-teacher conferences, for the elections, things like that, or that we've done in the past, those are the ones that we're going to have to look at and make sure it's fitting that synchronous. Schools are limited now to 3 virtual days that are 50% or less synchronous, or back to that asynchronous, which is what we went back to this year, because we know how taxing that was on the teachers when they were streaming. It's difficult for families sometimes when kids are home to be able to actually have every child on a computer, to have them be following their school schedule. That can be a problem. Any days that are asynchronous, we are limited to 3 only. So that means if we had 5 snow days, 3 of them could be asynchronous. The other 2 then we would be forced to do as makeup instructional days. So a lot of schools do a lot of e-learning, planned e-learning for a variety of reasons, whether it's PD and other events that they have. So some of those schools are kind of scrambling now to look at their calendars that they've already approved for next year and think about how they're going to do that. There is a process that if a school exceeds the limit, they can request a waiver in order to count it towards 180 days. But I know in the past, waivers have been granted, they're few and far between, and they're always for very, usually more extreme circumstances that schools may have, whether you have a tornado, a fire, some things like that, just for general snow days, unless there's a state of emergency and like everything shuts down. They usually in the past have not granted those waivers. So we will be looking at our calendar. Right now, the one that we approved in December for next year, we have the parent-teacher conference day, but we know we do have the use of the Memorial Gym for the election. And of course, because we're talking about instruction and e-learning days, and that's something that will go to discussion with the teachers. And now that I have the memo, that'll be something that I will meet with them in discussion, and we'll look at that and kind of plan for what that's gonna look like for next year and see if we have to do some editing on our calendar. The last thing I have is about trees. Back in the fall, if you remember, we received some emails from Mr. Turpin regarding the city of Whiting was working with the U.S. Forest Service Department to plant more trees in the city limits. And back in the fall, they worked with BP and they planted 40 trees off the boulevard and off of Schrag. At that time, they had suggested that the school be involved in the spring and some potential areas where trees could go. One area that they originally suggested was outside the buildings on Oliver in the Eastman area, but when we looked at that, it was kind of close to the buildings. It's where parents pull up. We didn't think that would be a real good place for it. So right now they have been in touch with us again. They do have trees available, and we were contacted a couple weeks ago by the specialist at the U.S. Forest Service. And what they would like to do, they have the volunteers, they have the trees. They would like to come out and plant trees behind the home run fence at the softball field. That's the one area that would kind of, then you wouldn't see the tracks and things during the games. I think it would look, nice along there, and it is a grassy area. The other area that they have inquired about is on the side of the track in the football field area where normally visitor stands go. I don't know about that because I am concerned with the roots growing under and under the track area and some things like that. And Mr. Merson also has some concerns with that. But so before we give them the go ahead, I wanted the board's input on how they feel about either of those areas, or if they're okay with moving forward and supporting that
Is there
the
any,
city wants to plant there.
I asked this not knowing much about planting trees, is there any issue with getting water to the trees behind the softball field, or do you not? have
No,
to water
because
them?
we have watering underground there that comes out to water the grass.
Okay, well, I think that's a great spot.
So I'm a little concerned with the football field, is putting some trees there, but next to the track.
I don't know much about what it would do, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I
if,
don't
know.
Maybe how could they go far, like as
Make
far as they
sidewalks
can
go
go
up.
from the
Yeah,
track?
yeah.
maybe?
That's what
Yeah, so they could go along the
Yeah.
fence line there, but there is a lot of stuff coming through that fence that's on the railroad property right now that's kind of a mess
yeah.
that it might get entangled in.
Yeah.
So if we're okay with the
I
softball,
like the softball.
Yeah.
The softball field is good.
okay. So I haven't answered that. And that was it, that's what I had.
Thank you. Assistant Principal?
Early last week, we were notified by the Indiana Department of Ed that the iLearn computer adaptive math test was not functioning correctly. And so 15 of our middle school students were able to, one, return to a non-calculator section after that section was supposed to be closed. And two, they had access to a calculator in a non-calculator section. So we did notify the parents, and those students will be able to retest that math, computer adaptive math section. There's no penalty for them, but just wanted to let you know that we have been alerted about that. On Friday, Mrs. Scrivens and I went to a teacher recruitment fair at IUN. We met about 6 potential candidates and have 2 interviews set up for next week. Good. So it's a very productive meeting. And JA Chambertown is scheduled for May 11th. That's when the 8th graders learn about a career and the financial decisions that go along with being life people. And then in the afternoon, the 6th through 8th graders will hear from career specialists and 6 different presentations for them. And this is our return to in-person event. So we're excited to be able to do that at the middle school this year. And the last thing I have is next week is Teacher Appreciation Week. We have something planned for each day to show our appreciation for all the efforts that are given each and every day. And Mrs. Scroggins will be revealing those tomorrow during our PD with the teachers. So that's all I have this evening.
You can't just tell us one, you can just one giveaway.
Be strange. Why don't the teachers here? for surprise?
Thank you. Director of Finance.
For the fall 2022 ADM estimate, each spring, the Indiana Department of Revenue requests that each district submit their estimate for ADM for the fall, which will be used for the fiscal year for the tuition support, which starts in July. We have submitted an estimate of $1,130 for the fall of 22. We always try to submit a slightly lower ADM in the fall, so we don't have reduced funding once the actual ADM count day takes place. We'll start receiving the ADM for the estimated revenue, like I said, in July. That will be reconciled when the actual ADM takes place. The reconciliation will take place in November. So if the estimate is lower, then we will receive the catch-up pay in November, and if our estimate is higher, then we'll receive a reduction in November. Our summer school 2022 estimates. So each spring by April 1st, we must submit to the Indiana Department of Revenue our estimate for summer school costs in order to be eligible for summer school reimbursement. This is in accordance with Rule 511 of the Indiana Administration Code for school corporations to submit for the summer school at 105% of instructional costs. And this will be reduced proportionally if the appropriation is insufficient to fund all approved programs at 100%. We submit between $50,000 and $60,000 for the summer school estimate. May 13th, we should be notified by the DOE of the expected level of state reimbursement based on the estimated expenditures submitted across the state. These calculations will be finalized once summer school takes place over the summer and all the schools have submitted their actual costs. So we'll receive the actual percentage sometime later in the fall. And then the payments will be received in November. Last year, the appropriations for summer school for the state was $18.36 million, but due to the increase in summer school across the state, we only received 60% of our actual cost. Typically, we've had years where we've received 81%. There's been years where we received 105%. So it just varies from year to year on who participates. Just a quick update on the TREX program. That's the tax refund exchange that we talked about a few times earlier this year. That was for the 1920 and the 2021 past due fees. We submitted $31,172. And we are down to $23,551. Not all of it was reimbursed through the TREX program because the families were notified. So some families have just made payments to the school corporation. There was about 6,000 made directly to the school, and 1,600 was made through the TREX corporation. So each week I get a file that shows how many matches there have been. We've had 16 matches, so I think we're doing okay. So we're down to 23,000. Any questions?
Any questions, anyone? No. All right, thank you. Thank you. Okay, let us move on to new business. Approval of agreement with Karash & Karash LLC for attorney consultation services. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. Second.
A motion by Amanda, second by Steph. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Approval to appoint Monica Conrad of Lewis and Campus as School City of Whiting School Board Attorney effective April 26, 2022. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Motion made by Cecilia, second by Amanda. Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Approval to renew superintendent contract for a period of 3 years from July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2025. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion. Second.
Motion by Steph, second by Amanda. Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor? Opposed?
Nay.
Let the record show Cecilia opposed. Approval math textbook adoption for the 2022-2023 school year. Nathan Hale, grades K through 5th, McGraw-Hill, Indiana Everyday Math, 6-year student teacher comprehensive package. Whiting Middle School, grades 6 through 8, Cengage Learning Big Ideas Math, Modeling Real Life, 6-year premium student teacher resource package. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion. Second.
Motion made by Amanda, second by Steph. Questions, comments, or concerns?
This is what we have now, correct? Is that what I understood correct?
This is the new adoption. Whiting High School is staying with the same textbook, they're not adopting.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Retroactive approval to enter into license agreement with the City of Whiting for Whiting High School concessions at the Oil City Stadium from April 1st, 2022 to June 6th, 2022 for baseball games. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Steph and second by Cecilia. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Second reading and adoption of Neola policies as presented.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Motion by Amanda, second by Steph. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval to host on-site sports physicals event. Approval to use Methodist Hospital practitioner to offer on-site sports physicals to Whiting High School fall athletes on June 2nd from 4 to 7 at the Memorial Gym.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Cecilia, second by Amanda. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of agreement with AdTech for capital assets ledger services for the 22-23 school year at a cost of $4,000.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Steph, second by Amanda. Are there questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval to renew NWEA contract for a period July 1st, 2022 through June 30th, 2023 at a cost of $12,597. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Cecilia, second by Steph. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right. Retroactive approval to accept the resignation of School City of Whiting cafeteria employee Danielle Serta, effective April 6, 2022.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Amanda, second by Cecilia. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Approval to accept the resignation of Nathan Hale elementary teacher effective at the end of the 2021-2022 school year.
This is for Taylor McGinnis.
Motion. Second. Go ahead, Susan.
Motion by Steph,
I'll second.
second by Cecilia. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Retroactive approval to accept the resignation of School City of Whiting Special Ed Case Manager as of April 22nd, 2022.
This is for Celia Padilla.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Motion by Amanda, second by Steph. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approval to accept the resignation of middle school, high school teacher effective the end of the 21-22 school year.
This is for Brett Jennings.
Make a motion?
Second.
Motion by Steph, second by Amanda. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Retroactive approval to accept the resignation of Brett Jennings as Whiting High School head football coach effective April 20th, 2022.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Cecilia, second by Steph. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Retroactive approval to hire Connie Jecka as a Whiting High School instructional aide effective April 10th, 2022.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Amanda, second by Steph. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval of Yesenia Garcia to work as a bus aide at her regular hourly rate on an as-needed basis through the end of the 21-22 school year. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Motion by Amanda, second by Cecilia. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Retroactive approval of Myrna Carabas as a cafeteria cashier at $10.98 per hour for 6 hours per day effective April 25th, 2022. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Steph, second by Amanda. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of Brian Popila as Whiting Middle School 7th, 8th grade English Language Arts teacher for the 22-23 school year.
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Steph, second by Cecilia. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Retroactive approval to hire Celia Padilla as special education case manager consultant for the period of April 25th, 2022 to August 1st, 2022 at a rate of $48 per hour.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Steph, second by Cecilia. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Retroactive approval to hire Hallie Samanchik as the Whiting High School JV head softball coach effective March 28, 2022.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Amanda, second by Steph. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Approval of Nathan Hale 2022 summer school staff as presented 1 through 6.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Motion by Amanda. I'm sorry, who's second? Second by Cecilia. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval of Whiting Middle School summer school staff as presented, numbers 1 through 5.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Steph, second by Amanda. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval of Whiting High School summer school staff is presented, numbers 1 through 4.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Motion by Cecilia, second by Steph. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, approval of summer staffing for food services from June 6, 2022 to July 28, 2022 at their hourly rate of pay, 4 hours per day, 5 days per week. A through C. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Motion by Amanda, second by Steph. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of summer staffing for food services from June 20 to 24, 2022, and June 27 to July 1st, 2022, at the hourly rate of pay, 4 hours per day, 5 days per week, as presented A. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Motion by Cecilia, second by Amanda. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval of summer staffing for the Transportation Department as presented 1 and 2.
I'll make the motion. I'll second it.
Motion by Steph, second by Cecilia. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval of summer hours for 9-month operation staff from May 31st, 2022 through August 5th, 2022 for up to 40 hours weekly at $13 an hour, A through C.
I'll make the motion. I'll second it.
Motion by Steph, second by Cecilia. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of 120 hours for School City of Whiting Athletic Director Kelly Greer at an hourly rate of pay starting June 1st, 2022 for summer athletic duties.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Motion by Amanda, second by Cecilia. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of 32 hours for School City of Whiting Guidance Secretary Maria Del Real at hourly rate of pay starting June 6, 2022 through July 1st, 2022. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion. Second.
Motion by Amanda, second by Steph. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approval of textbook adoption chair. Retroactive approval to appoint Ms. Kim Fentress as textbook adoption chairperson for the 21-22 math textbook adoption. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Amanda,
I'll second it.
second by Cecilia. Do you have questions, comments, or concerns?
What is a textbook adoption chairperson?
They lead the group of teachers looking at it and kind of do all the legwork, reaching out to the sales, getting the samples, handling the quotes, things like that.
Thank you.
So there is, including in the collective bargaining agreement, a stipend for the teachers to take those roles.
Got it.
Any other questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Approval of unpaid medical leave for School City of Whiting Transportation employee from April 4th for the remainder of the 21-22 school year.
This is for Sandy Espinoza.
Make the motion. Second.
Motion by Steph, second by Amanda. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval for Arts Alive Studio 659 to use the front lawn in Nathan Hale facing 119th Street for an open air pop-up market on Saturdays from June 2022 through September 2022 from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. except for July 2nd, July 30th, and September 4th, weather permitting, at no charge.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Steph,
Second.
second by Amanda. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approval of facilities usage request from Whiting Little League for use of the girls softball field for the IOU softball game on April 30th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
I'll make a motion. I'll second it.
Motion by Amanda, second by Cecilia. Questions, comments, or concerns? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. All right, audience comments, non-agenda items. Okay. Let's go around to board comments.
Just want to welcome all the new families. It's exciting.
It is.
Yeah, same. I would welcome all the new families. I really enjoy the Science Olympiad presentation and all of the giggles. I really enjoyed hearing all the giggles. That cheered me up.
Just congratulations to the Science Olympiad team, and congratulations to the 2 seniors on the Science Olympiad team. I'm glad there's a lot of juniors.
I would agree. Yeah, it's really nice when the students come. That's probably, I think, our favorite part of our board meeting. So, and they did a wonderful job. So, okay. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Cecilia, second by Amanda. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion adjourned. Meeting adjourned. Excuse me.